Hey there, YouTube, it's Petey Two Finger, and I just built the stir plate, magnetic stir plate. It's got 3 variable speeds, and I did that by, I purchased a swamp cooler, which is a Arctic Air. So this is a little white plastic square. It's marketed on the internet or on infomercials, and you fill it up with water, plug it in, and it changes color LEDs, and it has like a wicking device, a wicking filter. So this computer fan in this device blows through this filter with cold water, and it's supposed to be a miniature air conditioner. So people buy these things because the advertising is suckery and it suckers you in, and then you find out that a swamp cooler is a bad idea and it doesn't work. So these are hot in resale right now, and they will be for a little while longer. They may reach a peak next year because it takes people a while to get out of denial and admit, hey, this thing's a piece of garbage, and then they take it to Goodwill. The fact is, they're starting to turn up, and if you build magnetic stir plates, the PCB that comes with this, it's got some LEDs, full-size LEDs, then there's tiny LEDs on it, and those represent the modes for the speed. It has a power input, which is 5 volts, 1.5 to 2 amps. There's one switch to change the colors of the LEDs for effect, which that's stupid. Don't even worry about that. The other switch changes modes for the speed for the motor. And that's what I wired into here, and that's how I built this thing. It's got good torque. I like how it powers up slowly, and then it goes to full speed. Second speed, third speed. Now, depending on, like I had built this for large jobs, for 4 liter of more viscous thicker liquid. So I'm pretty sure on the bottom, running just the blue LED, it will run just fine. If I need to slow it down some more, I could try a voltage regulator. See, the power supply is putting out 2.5 amps. And I tried running it with lower, like they have these variable power supplies where it's 3 to 12 volts. Those tend to put out maximum of 300. This one has a switch, so you can go 150 or 3. And I found it didn't want to slow down. You could speed it up and get the LEDs to go overclock and go super bright, which means they're going to burn out a lot quicker. But that's stupid. So you would need to wire this up with something to reduce. And like the LM317 is what people tend to go to. That is 1 amp of throughput, and maybe that works just fine. I don't know. I know that it wants to see 1.5 to 2 amps is what it's rated at. Now, will it work? It probably will using an LM317. So I don't want to say that. You would wire that in, like in between the input and the power going into the PCB. You could try messing with the stuff on the output too. There's all different ways to do this to limit the current, right? So the sky's the limit as far as slowing it down. People play around with pulse width modulation circuits for these DC brushless motors. You can play around with the supply voltage. There's different ways to modify these to skin a cat. And yesterday I found the Arctic Air and built this, and I've got some PWM stuff coming in. I've got a PWM circuit in this. I might just hook up a VREG and see what happens with that. The thing about the step up, the buck transformers, is they can cut, but they also go the other way with it. So is there a way to wire that up with resistors where our maximum voltage, even though there's a buck in line, is going to be the same we're throwing at it by wiring it with a resist? You get what I'm saying? So there's different ways to do this. I haven't figured it out yet. I'm probably not going to do that. I guess if, maybe if I come up with some ideal solution to get this thing really flexible, I'll let you guys know. But for now, I wanted to share with you because I was so excited. These Arctic Air, these imaginary swap cooler units are starting to show up at Goodwills, and one thing you can do is the board is a controller, 3-speed controller for an electric fan. And what does that tell you? These right here, baby. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I hadn't seen anybody doing it on YouTube. I made another video that was called Petey's Deep Dive on Mag Stir Plate. So if you want to learn more about this one, this is a battery operated Mag Stir Plate that I built. And the stuff that I learned, I go into much more detail in that particular video, which is called Petey's Deep Dive on the Magnetic Stir Plate. So you could check that one out. I talk all about how I built this first one and put the speed control in here, and I can slow it down. I can there we go. Batteries need to be recharged. And mind you, this thing, it really runs better on the power supply than on the battery pack, but the battery pack is very convenient. And I have some serious like bar magnets coming in, like 3mm thick magnets coming for this baby. And until that shows up here in a couple weeks, I have really no way of trying it, because I don't want to glue and unglue. I would rather the stuff that's coming in is perfect for what I'm doing, and we'll play with it some more at that point. So I hope this information was helpful. Leave a comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys around. Take care of yourselves. If you're interested in more info, check out the deep dive, and peace.